argument and the debate over Fed rate rises or not has actually become quite confused, because, you know, surely the argument is not, well, you know, should we have a rate rise? Because if you frame it in that respect, the answer you'd say was no. But you say, well, you know, you're in the 7th year of expansion in the US. It's not doing that badly. You know, does that warrant rates remaining at zero? And if rates don't rise now, then when?
The Fed mentioned a couple of key issues as the reason why it's put in the word some delay or something.
Yeah.
And those were China, the strong dollar, and actually they also talked about inflation, which surprised me. I mean, if you go back to late last year when the oil price first collapsed, the Fed were, as were other central banks, of the view this was a temporary phenomenon, and therefore they were prepared to see through. So even if headline inflation dropped down because we had a big change in the oil market, they felt that it was transitory and they shouldn't read too much into it.
The core numbers, I think, are what they should be focusing on. They're very steady. We got another steady reading yesterday, 1.8%. It's within spitting distance of 2%. I know they focus on PCE and a different measure, but, you know, it's pretty close to where it should be. That's the measure we should be looking at. That's very firm. This is all oil. You could possibly very, very indirectly blame what's happening to oil on fears of the Fed and what's happening in China. And it's a fairly indirect story, that one.
What the Fed does has ramifications globally, particularly in the emerging markets. And so the Fed's got to have the stomach to raise interest rates because of domestic inflation pressures, even though there'll be lots of other countries around the world who will be sort of squealing, because a stronger dollar, falling commodity prices is really quite a bad combination if you're an emerging economy with commodities a big part of your trade account that needs dollar financing to get things going.